So today I found out that Crocs is coming out with a Shrek collaboration, and this is me once I start wearing those around the house.
I am a rock star. I am a rock star. I am a rock star. I am a rock star.
Well, hello, my wonderful movie peeps out there. We've got movie news to discuss, so let's begin. Some of the things we'll be discussing here today, guys. We got a couple of updates on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. We got our first poster for the Thanksgiving horror movie, and that director Sam Raimi is the top choice to direct Avengers Secret Wars. Oh, we're going to be talking about that along with so much more, so you guys know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, because I know one of you isn't subscribed. Whatever the case may be, just happy that you're here watching me now. So let's get into a couple of trailers that were released this week that I found kind of interesting. For one, starting things off, we finally got our first trailer for the Chicken Run sequel that'll be premiering on Netflix, Chicken Run 2, Dawn of the Nugget. Can I get some barbecue dipping sauce with that, please? Now, I, like many of you out there, grew up with the original Chicken Run. I thought of it to be a nice little movie. So when I heard Netflix was making a sequel, I was like, oh yeah, bring it on. Let's see what you do. And for this first trailer, yeah, it looks fun. This time around, they're going to be trying to sneak into a chicken killing factory instead of trying to get out of one. And all the little hijinks and gadgets that they tease in the trailer seems like it'll be a bit of fun. I even found it kind of interesting that they ended things with the original villain from the first film coming back when I could have sworn that woman died. Whatever the case, I'm giving that treasure. I'm looking forward to it. That is going to be a day one watch for me. How'd you guys feel about the trailer for Chicken Run 2? One movie I kind of wanted to put on your radar for the Spook Ya Mama season, because it's coming up. I'm about to start that vlog to decorate this set. We got a trailer here for an upcoming Hulu movie titled No One Will Save You. Now, the movie starts off looking like your typical home invasion film where, you know, that's scary enough on its own. Someone sneaking into your domain, looking at your Funko Pops and your socks. Mainly scared about the Funko Pop looking. But the twist is it's not only a home invasion, it's also an alien invasion, combining the two together where this girl has to kind of fortify her home from this alien creature. Everything was kind of going great with this trailer until the very last shot kind of gave away what the alien looks like, and it just kind of looks like a ripoff of a bunch of other studio aliens we've seen from like movies like A Quiet Place. They even had to delete the first version of this trailer because they had a terrible thumbnail when they released it. I thought this was some other YouTuber trying to steal my flow, because this was the literal picture for the thumbnail of the trailer, and after a couple of hours of people making fun of them, they deleted that and then re-uploaded it with a different thumbnail. But even if I'm not totally loving that monster design right there, I like the premise. It seems fun. Little straight to streaming horror movie to check out for the Spook Ya Mama season. I'm gonna give it a treasure and look out for it. Might be nice. I know some of y'all wanted me to talk about the new Exorcist Believer trailer. We got a lot of topics today, so I'm going to talk about that today on the Clips channel when I stream tonight. So if you're not subscribed to that, look out for that, and you can hear my full thoughts on what I think of that trailer and if it changed my mind on the movie. But jumping into some of the movie news here, I want to start off with a movie that we got revealed here that I think does have a fun little premise. Deadline here reported that Samuel Jackson in talks to play U.S. President in The Beast alongside Joel Kinnaman. Basically, the movie is about Samuel Jackson, who plays the president, that gets attacked inside his presidential limousine that is nicknamed The Beast because this presidential limousine is actually filled with a ton of weapons to protect the president. From shotguns, grenades, armored plates. It's basically sounding like the Batmobile for the president. And that kind of simple premise alone has me going, I'm gonna watch that on a Saturday night and have some fun. Seems like a typical fun action movie. It's just a one location setup surrounded by this terrorist group, and then Samuel Jackson's just like, oh, handgun and grenade, oh, a laser beam, let's use that. That's not even what Samuel Jackson sounds like. So yeah, keep that movie in mind, and when you see it in the future, remember, Chrissy Boy told you about it first. Next up here, we got our first poster for a horror movie I'm kind of looking forward to this year called Thanksgiving. Now, this is being directed by Eli Roth. It is releasing November 17th of this year. It is starring TikToker Addison Rae. It's based on the fake horror movie trailer that showed up in the movie Grindhouse. You can look up the fake horror trailer on YouTube. It is also being directed by Eli Roth, who brought us movies like Hostel and Green Inferno, so you can expect this to be pretty bloody. Now, look, I'm not expecting expecting this to be a masterpiece that great, but I am expecting it to be bloody entertainment. There's not really a lot of notable Thanksgiving horror movies. I know you have Thanksgiving, but man, that is kind of unbearable for me. I've recently been informed about a Hulu movie that came out called Pilgrim. People have been telling me that's good. I'm gonna check that out on my free time. But as far as I know, there's not like a Thanksgiving horror movie I go to that's like, oh yeah, like, you know, St. Patrick's Day, The Leprechaun. You have a dozen Christmas horror movies to choose from like Black Christmas, Silent Night. Thanksgiving is a holiday that typically doesn't get a lot of horror movies, so this right here feels in line. Someone dressed up like a pilgrim, they got the big pilgrim hat, they got an axe. The trailer is releasing tomorrow. By the time you're watching this video, some of you probably have already seen the trailer. I'm just hoping it looks fun, even though I'm not expecting it to be a great movie at all. But how are you guys feeling about the first poster of Thanksgiving? And if the trailer's already been released, what did you think of it? Another piece of movie news that some of you guys wanted me to talk about here is we got informed of a video game getting the movie treatment, and that's the video game Stray. Now, if you haven't heard of this game, it's okay. It's fairly recent. It's a game where you play as a cat in this kind of dystopian future filled with robots and mutant creatures. I myself never played it, but some of the footage looks a little interesting, and apparently this story is also kind of heartwarming. So the same studio behind the video game is also going to be working on the animated film, and well, I just thought I'd bring that up for any of my fans of Stray or cat lovers. You get in a movie that isn't Grumpy Cat. Bringing us to our next topic here involving Avengers Secret Wars. Now, we are still what feels like 10 years away from this movie releasing when it's probably like, what, 5-6 years? And well, the rumors just aren't stopping. There's probably not even a full script for this movie, but yet we still get told so-and-so showing up. This is gonna happen. There's a cameo here. It's gonna reboot the MCU. So I do always say, take the Avengers Secret Wars news with a grain of salt, but here we are. Thanks to My Time to Shine Hello that has been giving out a lot of scoops lately. I'm still holding you to whether that Batman and Robin scoop is true. My Time to Shine Hello, you better not have lied to me. But now they're claiming here that sources confirmed that Sam Raimi is Marvel's top choice to direct Secret Wars. And you know what? That is an interesting choice. I think a lot of people before watching Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness would have gone crazy for that. Would have gone, oh my god, the GOAT is back. But there were some people vocal that they did not enjoy Multiverse of Madness, even with some of the great directing that Sam Raimi did in there. They felt it was another example of Marvel maybe losing a bit of its steam. I don't think Multiverse of Madness was a bad movie, but I think that movie was plagued with overhyping rumors that just let people down when certain things didn't happen. And man, is history about to repeat itself with Secret Wars, because one of the reasons people are like, oh, that makes sense then, is because big rumors that people like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, basically a lot of classic Marvel characters from the early 2000s are going to make big appearances in Secret Wars and team up with our modern heroes. When you look at it that way, it would make kind of sense why Sam Raimi would be a perfect choice to direct Secret Wars, because it'd be the convergence of the old school with the new school. He's directed early 2000s superhero movies and now directed a modern day superhero film. I think Sam Raimi has an eye for cool action scenes. I mean, I still think that Spider-Man train fight is one of the best action scenes we've ever gotten. And if Tobey Maguire actually shows up in this movie, that's gonna count as Spider-Man 4 in my mind. But alas, like I said, it's just rumors for right now. I don't know how much of it to believe. There's still a gut feeling in me that's like, Toby and Hugh ain't showing up in this movie. As much as I want them to, I'd cut off a couple of my fingers and hand them a Fagoli and say, please, let them show up in the movie. But I'm like, is it really gonna happen? I can't even fathom what that plot is gonna look like. So in my mind, yeah, I'd be down for Sam Raimi to direct Avengers Secret Wars, but that script, that story, oh boy, you need to make it airtight. Still, I toss it off to you guys. How would you feel about Sam Raimi directing Avengers Secret Wars? Does it make sense? Bringing us here to talk about some Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, we have a couple of updates. For one, I want to start off with the infamous thing a lot of fans of the FNAF world have been wondering. Is Markiplier gonna cameo in the movie? Well, he recently in a video teased heavily that he is showing up in the film. Take a look at this.
It's like I'm in the movie. It's like I'm right here in the movie. It's like me, Markiplier, is right here in the movie.
Now, even before that clip surfaced, I have always believed Markiplier is for sure showing up in the movie. This is a man who's based his entire YouTube career on Five Nights at Freddy's content. Now that they made a live action movie, the man was extremely silent on it. He'd barely talk about the trailers, about what's going on with it, like almost makes no comment about it. And that's the weirdest thing in the world. That's like if they made another Chucky movie and I completely ignored it. So it seemed obvious that he was under an NDA and probably just couldn't say anything about his appearance in the movie. And he will for sure be showing up. And now, without a doubt, with that clip, he's going to be in there. It'll just be a matter of whether it's a voice cameo, a physical cameo. He was filming his own horror movie, The Iron Lung, during the time. So maybe he filmed something on set and sent it to Blumhouse, or he probably just picked up the phone and became phone guy. Other than that, another interesting thing is Halloween Horror Nights is currently happening in both Orlando and LA. But in the LA theme park of Halloween Horror Nights, they have put up the physical animatronics themselves, where if you buy a ticket, you can see them in person. And as soon as I saw that clip, ran to my computer, bought my tickets. I'm gonna be going to them, and you dang sure bet I'm bringing my camera, chica. Prepare yourself, woman. But also, it looks like part of the experience is they show you a bit of footage from the movie. Now, there's not a lot of new footage in this trailer. There's really only one specific shot of new footage, and it is hilarious. It is this frame of Bonnie staring down Christian Stokes' character in the closet, and I'm laughing my butt off, but that's also kind of haunting. It's also worth noting they played the Living Tombstone song in the auditorium, so maybe there's a good chance that song will also show up in the actual film. But for now, that's really kind of about it. I think the biggest thing fans are waiting on in terms of update for the movie is, can you confirm that 3-hour runtime? That's all what we're wondering right now. Is it actually coming close to 3 hours, or is it going to be shorter than that? Let me know your guys' opinions on all these Five Nights at Freddy movie news. But that is all the movie news we currently have going on right now, guys. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch me talk some movie news. Don't be forgetting to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.